Tonight, a Target 8 health alert that could change the lives of women in West Michigan.
Half of you are at a higher risk of breast cancer, but not for the reasons you already know. Not because of your family history, habits, or work environment.
Target 8 investigator Brett Thomas explains what you need to know about your body and why lawmakers might force your doctor to tell you.
Sometimes you just need something.
When you're going through breast cancer, sometimes you still have emotional breakdowns, even though you try to be strong, and I needed something to do with my hands.
A bubble, a bobble, a beat on a wire, a product of anger, then worry, then action.
So I made these, what they're called boob chains.
Connected to a serious message, one you'll learn soon, but before then, there's something that Teresa Hendricks says you need to know now.
It's unbelievable to me that anyone would not tell a woman that she might need additional screening besides a mammogram if she has dense breast tissue.
And Ms. Hendricks?
And Teresa, an attorney, is not somebody you leave in the dark.
I think my colleagues would describe me as tenacious and always advocating for the underdog.
And now that underdog's bulldog has a new cause. Like nearly 50% of women, Teresa had dense breasts.
Some patients have breasts that are mostly fatty tissue, and some have a little bit of glandular tissue, and some have lots of glandular tissue. So the more glandular tissue, the denser the breasts are.
If you think you can feel the difference, the doctors say you're wrong, and women who have dense breasts are 4 to 6 times more likely to develop cancer. But that's just the start, because the most trusted method of early detection may not work. Mammograms may not detect a tumor in a dense tissue breast. And that's exactly what Teresa Hendricks discovered when she was doing a self-exam and found something that felt wrong.
Yeah, less than 6 months before I discovered the lump, I had had a normal mammogram.
She'd been getting mammograms for years.
And I was so vigilant about my mammograms, and nobody ever told me that my mammogram alone wasn't going to be enough to detect a cancer.
Not the doctor, not the radiologist. No one said, you have dense breasts. You might need some more tests.
If somebody would have given me the right information and enough information for me to act on, I could have avoided my breast cancer or detected it at the earliest stage.
Instead, Teresa endured the loss of both her breasts and chemotherapy for months. And the more she thought about it, the more she got mad.
You think it's outrageous and you feel rage, and you want to inform all of the women that you know.
And that made her think, there ought to be a law.
In my 3 years as a legislator, I have never been more honored to take on a package or a challenge like this.
Now Representative Roy Schmidt is working to create that law that would require radiologists and doctors to inform their patients if their breasts are dense and to talk to them about what they can do next.
And the bottom line is, I think this has the potential to save hundreds, thousands, if not millions of lives.
The clerk will open the board.
Maybe so, but a bill has to get passed first. So in the meantime, what do? You can talk to your doctor. If you've had a mammogram, they've already measured the density of your breasts. Ask for what's called your BI-RAD score, and ask if you need more tests. And there are more. These are Teresa's scans. This is a mammogram. Everything on it is white, but somewhere there's a tumor hiding in plain sight. Then look at her MRI. It's right there, clear. That white nodule between her breast and her chest. The point here is not that mammograms are bad. They're still very good, extremely important. But for women with dense tissue, they may not be enough. And that brings us back to beads. Each represents the size tumor each method can detect.
So you have MRI, ultrasound, all the way up to mammogram. Your average size when found by a physician is around this size, and then self-breast exam will usually find it around this size.
A reminder of how one tumor can forever change a life, and a question that Teresa and others are asking you to ask yourself. Are you dense? In Grand Rapids, Brett Thomas, 24-Hour News 8.
Teresa hopes to eventually use her chains to raise money for research, and this is just the beginning. We'll be watching that legislation.